Welcome back to A Closer Look. The holidays are over and it's time to start seriously thinking about some personal changes you may want to make in the new year. Here to give us some advice and direction on how to set those personal goals is Kathy Foreman, Weight Management Nurse Practitioner with Chesapeake Regional Healthcare. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, tell me, what are some realistic, obtainable goals to set in the new year?
So for weight loss, about 1 pound a week is a realistic goal. If you exercise, 2 pounds a week is pretty realistic and should be attainable.
Now, where does somebody even start that wants to make a change in their weight loss?
A good start would be keeping a journal. Most people don't realize how much they're eating or where they're going wrong or what time of the day they're eating too much food. So if they start journaling the food, they can actually realize where their calories are coming in, or they're usually very surprised how many calories they're taking in.
Yeah, I would imagine. What are some suggestions for some maybe small changes that might have a big change in the end in regard to your weight loss?
There's a lot of things people can do. Stop drinking soda. Soda's a big one. Lots of calories that you're drinking that people usually don't count when they drink their calories. They can change to water. I have a lot of people say water is boring. You can squeeze lemon in it, lime in it. Always take the stairs instead of the elevator. Park farther away.
Soda, like you said, it's a lot of empty calories.
Exactly.
And like, you're talking, what, a couple hundred calories maybe for a can?
Exactly,
or
about 250 calories
right.
in soda. And even the diet soda is not really good for you. It'd be a good idea to try to wean that down and drink more water. Add 15 minutes of activity to your day. You don't have to go to a gym, but maybe walk further from your car to your job. Go out and walk for 15 minutes after you get off work. A lot of times it's overwhelming to think of adding an hour exercise class or going to the gym, but just adding more activity is a good thing to do to start with.
And a lot of times if you're starting on a weight loss journey, adding, thinking you have to exercise, go to the gym, and then watch what you're eating all at once can probably be overwhelming. So that's a great idea, just to incorporate just a little bit of time. Now, what are some of the diet trends that you would say are probably best to stay away from?
So I always, myself, if you hear something that's too good to be true, it always is. There is no diet that allows you to eat everything you want and lose weight. So if you hear somebody say that, it's not going to work. Fasting and partial fasting, it is a possible way to lose weight, but it always should be medically supervised, especially if you have diabetes or any other type of health condition. So I would stay away from trying to incorporate any of those things on your own.
And I would think that like anything that's like a quick weight loss program is not going to be realistic in the long run.
Absolutely. There's a lot of ways to lose weight, but it's very hard to keep it off. So without supervision, it's difficult.
Now, where do people struggle the most when it comes to starting out on a new weight loss plan in the new year?
I think with motivation, I think you start off very motivated. You start off, it's the new year, you want a new you're ready to lose weight, but that falls off quickly and you lose your motivation. You also need accountability. If you're doing this on your own, it's hard to be accountable. You can always say, well, I'll start tomorrow, I'll start next week, or I messed up today. So if you have to be at a place every 30 days or once a week you weigh in, you have more accountability, you can stay on the plan a little bit.
And I've seen a lot of, like, even on social media, there's a lot of, or whether it's a Fitbit or something like that, if you don't physically go to a place, there are other options that you have
Fitbits are great.
Yeah, help you be more accountable. I know, like, even my watch tells me it's time to stand up, that kind of thing. So those are reminders that are helpful. There's
lots of apps on your phone that are good too. There's lots of apps that keep track of calories. Most all of them are free. Those are really good options to put in place.
Now, how can you calculate your body mass index or your BMI?
It's very simple. If you just go online and you put in BMI calculator, it'll pull up a area where you can put in your weight and put in your height, and that will figure it out for you. BMI is weight in relation to your height, and the only thing you have to be careful of is if you are a bodybuilder or you work out a lot or you have a lot of muscle mass, it's going to look like you're overweight. You may not actually be overweight.
Right. Just because the scale says something, it could be your muscle, they say, weighs more.
And it actually does. You actually have to have a lot of muscle for it to make a difference, but it can make your BMI appear to be in an overweight category where you're really not overweight. So
now, how does somebody know if they are a candidate for weight loss surgery?
So to be a candidate, you have to have a certain BMI, and we go back to BMI. A BMI of 35 kilograms per meter squared, which is usually roughly about 100 pounds overweight, would qualify you for surgery if you have a comorbidity. And that is anything that is improved with weight loss, like high blood pressure, diabetes. Those things would count as a comorbidity because they will get better with weight loss. If your BMI is higher, if it's 40, anything 40 or above, you don't have to have any comorbidities. You could have no problems, just be overweight at a BMI of 40 or above, and you would qualify for weight loss surgery.
Now, why is weight loss surgery not good for everyone?
Well, weight loss surgery requires a lot of major change, a lot of major change to how you eat and actually how you live. And some people are ready, and it's a good option. But if you're not quite ready for that and you can't make those changes, you actually could put yourself at risk after surgery.
So you have to really be committed, not just to make the physical changes, but also the psychological changes that go along with it.
Yes, and it's not like with a diet plan, you have gradual time to do that. With surgery, once the surgery's done, you have to commit to those changes, and you don't have a choice.
Now, are there other ways of losing weight that somebody should try before surgery or instead of surgery?
So with any weight loss plan, whether it's surgery, whether it's medicine, you always need to learn lifestyle modification, probably need some behavior therapy, need to know about diet, nutrition, and exercise. So that always needs to be incorporated first. There are medications out. There's been a lot of good medications that have come out in the last 5 years that we can add as a tool to help people stay on a low-calorie plan if they don't want to have surgery or they don't qualify or they don't feel they're ready. Usually can get about 10 to 15% of the weight off with medications, and then depending on the commitment and exercise, you can lose more. But generally, there's an average of about 10 to 15% of your weight.
If somebody wanted more information, they should be able to just look online at the Chesapeake Regional website.
And we have information seminars. So there's actually a surgery weight loss surgery seminar, and there will be a new weight management seminar for non-surgery starting in January. And those are good places to go to find out.
Okay. All right. Well, this is a lot of great information, and for people who are looking to start the new year out eating better and being healthier, they can go to Chesapeake Regional Healthcare to check it out.
We have lots of good options.
All right, great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Well, that does it for this edition of A Closer Look. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.